Let's talk about what the mask mandate going away will mean, not just for the school children in the city, but obviously for people who come here and work as well.
Well, it's a combination when you think about it. Moving our economy forward is not only substantive things we must do, keeping our city safe, but it's also symbolism. When we take off the mask, we're going to start to show that we're open, we're ready to do business. May start out as 2 days a week, going back into the office, then expand to 5. But it's just a symbol that we are back, and it was so important.
Yeah, you say expand to 5. I will tell you that Jim and myself probably talk to more leaders of organizations than most people do. And, Mr. Mayor, I mean, so many of them would love to have people back as often as they can, but the workers don't all want to show up regularly. And I do wonder what it will mean if, let's say, we get to 60 or 70%. But that's it. Mm-hmm. That's where we get. What will that mean to Midtown, to the downtown area in terms of the central business districts in New York?
Your question is so important because we're not understanding the connection. If you're a CPA and you have as a client a large number of restaurants, but you're home, then people are not going to give business to those restaurants. Those are your clients. You're not going to make sure dishwashers are employed. Everyone that feeds your business is going to be impacted. So we have to see the financial ecosystem that we are in this together. New York City runs on being in the office. That's why we have to get back into the office.
But aren't you worried about that, though? Again, because it does seem as though there's been a seminal shift in the way people work.
Yes, I am worried about it. But here's what I do know. Let's make people safe. Part of their apprehension is really fostered in the fact that people don't feel safe in their city, the transportation system. If I bring about the safety that's needed and show the excitement of being back in the city, bringing tourism back, enjoying the office atmosphere, New York is going to come back and be part of the economy.
Well, Mr. Mayor, it's great to have you here, first of all. I want to follow up on your anti-crime stance, which is well known. There's a Walgreens down the block, that's Dwayne Reed, and they put up chocolate in the morning, and they expect it to be stolen midday. Another one of my stores that I like to go to has changed hours. Why? Because of theft. I know that you're going to clamp down on this. How do you do it?
Well, what you said is so important. They expect for someone to steal it. That's what has happened in the city. We've eroded our expectation to be safe, to be able to have a business. That erosion must stop. And we were there before during the mid-'80s when I was a rookie cop. And I'm saying you're not walking into my stores, stealing what you want, selling it on the sidewalk right in front of the store. You're not going to have homelessness in our subway system. We have to stop the normality of a city of being dysfunctional.
Normality. Yeah. That's how I feel it's become.
But at the same time, you have an effort you began a week ago to try to move the homeless out of the subways. Mm-hmm. That's not an easy effort. And by the way, then, they end up, listen, we have a homeless crisis here. We spend more than any city in the country by far.
Right.
But we still don't seem to be able to get a handle on both homelessness and the mentally ill. Isn't that a long-term problem?
No, it is a long-term problem. We're going to manage the expectations of people, but at the same time, there are steps to what we must do. We created an environment where we said it's all right to use the subway system as housing. Those days are over. We need to first get people off the subway system, sleeping, living there with all of their belongings, and then get them the mental health services that they need, and that is what we're doing. And I have to take my hat off to the MTA, the police, mental health professionals, and we're going to continue to evolve the plan to make sure that we are going to be successful.
But again, you get somebody out of the subway, and then they're on the street.
Right, and it's an evolution. Now, I really believe we have to re-examine some of our laws, that if we know a person is dangerous to themselves or others, we need to give them the care that they need. Our laws don't allow us to do that. We have a law called Kendra's Law. We need to strengthen that law. So it's imperative that we no longer take the thought process that people should be allowed to be harmful to themselves and others. But I'm going to do my job as to make sure they get the services they need.